Well, Robin contacted me yesterday and said she wasn't going to be able to make it this evening. And was I willing to manage the meeting? And I said, well, if Rich is willing to manage the meeting, I'm willing to manage it. So if anything goes wrong, it's probably my fault. And if it goes right, we can blame Rich. So I didn't have time to look at having any kind of a business meeting or anything. I've got an announcement about next month's meeting. We have a brilliant speaker coming. He will be speaking on the Journal of the Mono Basin Historical Society, the newsletter, and a couple of ghost tours. And I don't know if any of you know him, but he is the current vice president, Cole Hawkins, and I hear he's a very amiable guy.
Put up with it. You don't want
So if you come to that meeting, you may learn a little bit of history that you didn't know. As usual, I'll have a bit of trivia, and there will be a quiz at the end of the program. So your number 2 pencils and a piece of clean, unmarked paper. So for tonight's meeting, we have Rich Foye, and Rich asked me to tell you about him. Rich Foye is a not quite retired engineer living in Mammoth Lake. You might have seen him wandering around the county park back in the 60s. He was lost, I think. Since that first visit, he, like many of us, have joined the ranks of people drawn to Mono Lake. He and Kathy moved to Mammoth in 2009. Rich is chair of the Mono Basin Historical Society trustees, and he is our technical guru and wizard. And you can join him throughout the summer on his Panem Crater tours. I went on one of those tours last year, and there was some old geezer leading it, and I think Rich must be his replacement. So, with no further ado, I'm going to turn the program over to Rich.
Well, a few photographs that I'm really willing to look at. You see that? Are you seeing the photograph of the museum?
Yes.
Okay, that's good. I can't always tell what it is everybody else is willing to. What it is everybody else.
Yeah.
What it is every.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay, let me. There we go. Okay. Oops. There. We tried to undecorate the Christmas decorations from the Upside Down House in January and found we couldn't do it then. I think it's going to be June before they come off.
Yeah, can I interrupt?
Sure.
Okay, Robin mentioned Paul took several of these photographs, and Chris Toomey is cleaned off the porch and got that all straightened out, and Paul's keeping an eye on things to make sure the museum doesn't collapse. So I just wanted to make sure everybody got credit.
Okay, for my point, I wanted to add this. This is the guys, the AmeriGas Find the Propane Tank team that came by last Friday.
Find the propane.
You'll notice there are 3 people there. That dark spot on the right is the head of the guy whose turn it was to shovel, and he might have been standing on top of our propane tank right there. So,
Yeah.
so that's life in Mammoth.
No, I don't want my pen.
So
It's okay. Thanks.
have Oh, wait, there's one more thing. Greg Reese provided.
Great.
And can you see the snowfall records at Moto Inn?
Hmm.
We've established a couple of new marks. 91.8
versus
inches.
170.
Yeah.
Wow.
The old record is 68.4, and we're at almost 92 inches in this January at the Mono Inn, the historic Mono Inn. So,
Woo.
90. Wow.
all right, enough of that. Now let me try to.
That's a better piece.
All right.
We're going to talk about this.
Okay, so I am setting this up, which will take a moment. And almost there. So we're going to watch an old movie tonight, a movie that I'm just about sure that none of you have ever seen, and probably none of you have even heard about this thing. So it's called Back to Nature. And it's, even though it's going to be news to you, it's going to feel rather familiar in a strange sort of way, because you grew up on something like this. So in television, the television that we all grew up with, we were used to things that we called series. They'd be crime shows, they'd be Western,
Yeah.
they'd be legal lawyer shows, and they'd be doctor shows. What they all have in common is they actually are all sequels. The Hollywood studios find it's very efficient to make a sequel because you can use the same actors, you don't have to recast it, playing the same roles, sometimes in the same sets and wearing the same clothes. So, and they don't need any exposition because everybody who tunes in Ben Casey knows that he's a doctor, knows what hospital he's working in already because they've seen the show for the previous 6 months. So sequels are very popular for Hollywood to make. Now, a subset of a sequel is the family situation comedy. And we all grew up with these. Here's Ozzie and Harriet, and they had, they're all very similar. They're American suburban home settings, so it's all very comfortable for us. And remarkably, the plots 9 out of 10 seems to be either dad gets confused or the younger brother does something wacky. So that was that. Father Knows Best, and the Danny Thomas Show, all these from the 50s and the 60s. My Three Sons. We don't happen to have a wife in here, but they're different only in detail. And they continued on into our age with, I had to show this in spite of the lead here. And even to this day, we have basically the same family situation comedies. And they can be animated now. Once again, confused dad and wacky boy, and animated in the future. And sometimes they replace all the kids. This is the Hathaways with Jack Weston and Peggy Cass about 1964. And they had chimps instead of children. And of course, we have this family. So they all are very similar, but where did the whole concept of making sequels actually come from? Well, in American and English theater, sequels simply didn't exist. Shakespeare never wrote a sequel. If they wanted to do Hamlet differently the next time, they'd recast the role and put a woman in charge. Here's Sarah Bernhardt played Hamlet one time. But that simply didn't happen, that they didn't make sequels of even popular plays. And that continues to this day in Broadway right now. Even a wildly successful play, if you want to make a sequel, it's a recipe for a disastrous flop. And storied flops are literally the highway around Broadway of sequels. So it simply didn't work out. There are examples in international theater where they do have things that are almost sequels. Kabuki theater and Commedia dell'arte in Italy both have stock characters, but they aren't real people. They're kind of allegorical characters. So sequels virtually didn't exist in theater, but Hollywood jumped right on it just about from the beginning. Wallace Beery, when he left the theater in New York, he went first to Chicago before coming to LA, and he worked for S&A Studios there, as Chaplin did as well. But Wallace Beery was in several dozen sequels of a Swedish housewife named Sweetie that he would put on drag. And even in the silent era, the big studios didn't have any qualms about releasing studios. The Mark of Zorro was a big hit for Doug Fairbanks, so Don Q, the son of Zorro, also turned out to be a big hit. And they very early caught on and started making what we would start terming family situation comedies. The Coens and Kellys were released by Universal back into the sound era, and they made 7 movies with the Coens and Kellys. But it really took off. Oh, excuse me. That's right.
Can't forget this.
Can't forget the other serials. They weren't exclusively family situation comedies. The Thin Man and Mysterious Mr. Moto and Charlie Chan was very similar crime fighting Asian
That's not
character.
gonna work.
Bride of
If you want to see the
Frankenstein.
whole screen, you're gonna have to look here.
That's all right. I'm fine.
Hello,
You can look at it.
Chris. I'm going to mute you. Okay, there we go. But it really took off with this. This is a movie released in 1937, based on a play in New York, and this was the first Hardy family, Andy Hardy family movies. They didn't intend it to be a beginning of a series. Indeed, if you look, Mickey Rooney got 4th billing, although his character Andy Hardy was wildly popular even from this beginning. And this was so popular, it started a series. They recast. Lionel Barrymore became Louis Stone, and it had a brand new family. We had Judy Garland wandered by for 4 movies, and these things were so popular that Mickey Rooney became the highest paid actor in Hollywood for a time and the #1 box office draw, all from this series, the Andy Hardy or Hardy Family series. So, and here they all are looking strangely dour. So this was a mega hit for MGM, even though it was never intended to be more than just a B movie. Well, they made 16 Andy Hardy movies. And one thing Hollywood did do very well was copy itself. So Columbia made a series of movies on the Blondie comic strip. They made 28 of these things. And over at Universal, again, Ma and Pa Kettle, and yeah, let me tell you, they had a family, certainly. They made 10 of those. Republic, they cast James Gleason and the Higgins family. They made 9 of these movies. Let's see, Paramount. Oh, this more Higgins family stuff. There's James Gleason being helped up. Paramount had the Aldrich family. They made 11 of these movies, and this family actually survived into very early television and had a radio show, and each radio show would start off sounding like this.
Henry Aldrich, coming, Mother.
And over in UK, they also copied Hollywood. Not a bad formula. And they made 4 Huguet family movies. They're Lane families from Warner. They're Lane sisters. Were a singing group. They made 4 of these movies. Paramount made 4 Wilkins family movies. But the people we're most interested in are these. This is the Jones family. 20th Century Fox made 17 of these movies. And this is, I believe, the 3rd one. And this actually even precedes the Andy Hardy series. So this started before the family serial series got very popular. And this is the movie we're going to see tonight. This is Back to Nature, filmed in the Mammoth Lakes Basin in 1936.
Oh, wow.
The image at the top there, where Dad, confused as ever, almost backs the trailer off the cliff, was filmed right here. There's the map of Old Mammoth Road as it goes up towards Twin Lakes on the far left. And you see that hairpin turn. If you go there, you can see what you're going to recognize tonight in the movie. And if you go there right now and walk out to the point, you'll find this, a concrete, almost medallion. It's about 16 inches across, and it's hard to read, but it says, built for 20th Century Fox Jones families. J. Tingling, director, June 30th, 1936, and some other things I can't read. So you can visit that. And this almost lost movie in the public domain is about to begin. So pop the corn and sit back, and you'll find it remarkably similar to television family series.
Oh, Grandma will, dear. Now you go and find her and let Papa read.
Oh, Kiko.
John, dear,
Yes?
will you come here, please? Help me put the leaf back on the table.
Well, why couldn't one of the children do it for you?
They're not down yet, and Granny's busy.
It isn't that I mind helping you, Louise, but you know that this is the one morning I can relax and enjoy my newspaper.
Roger, read me the fatty.
Get Lucy to do it.
Jack, read me the fatty.
Sure, I'll read them to you later.
I want to see who won the tennis match.
Colby for England.
Hey, give me the sports sheet.
Wait a minute. I want the coupon. If I get 200 new subscriptions for Racing Magazine, I get a bicycle.
By the time you get that many, you'll be so old you won't be able to ride a bicycle.
Lucy, read me the fatty.
My dear child, I can't even enjoy my coffee until I've seen what's new in the cinema world.
Well, quiet Sunday morning in the Jones family. Everybody ready for breakfast? Talking to myself.
Brownie,
Yes?
read me the fatty.
Oh, another bathtub murder in Paris.
Well, has everyone the part of the paper he wants?
Can I have the society section, Dad?
Certainly, Bonnie. Don't mind me. I do think, Jack, you might let me have my chair so that I can read the ads in comfort.
Oh, sure. Excuse me, Dad.
If any of you tire of what you're reading, perhaps you'd like to exchange your section of the paper for these want ads. Or you might like to know what you can swap for an old-fashioned washing machine.
Sure, what is it?
Hey, would you look good here? Dad, your picture's in the paper.
Oh, let me see. Where? Oh, gee.
I'd hoped to see that article first so I could read it to you. I'll read it. John Jones, our prominent and popular apothecary,
When interviewed yesterday by your inquiring reporter, revealed that he had been elected to make the opening address at the convention of the Neighborhood Druggists Association to be held this year at Crystal Lake.
Oh, well.
So you're going to another convention.
Yes, Mother, and I've been requested to...
To make a speech.
Yes.
I wonder if those people know what they're letting themselves in for.
Breakfast ready?
Mother, Father's going to speak before the public.
Yes, I've heard about it, dear, but let's have breakfast before everything gets cold.
And while we're all together at breakfast, I want to tell you what I've arranged for you.
Mother, help Bobby into his chair, please.
While I'm attending the convention at Crystal Lake.
No bacon, Mom.
Now, you'll have a full month of rest and play. So I've come to the conclusion
Just
that...
one egg for me, Mother.
Well, is anyone listening to me?
Yes, dear.
Louise, what I'm trying to say is that I've written to Aunt Ida, and she's expecting you and the children as usual for your summer vacation on the farm.
Aunt Ida's farm.
Huh?
In this year?
Good heavens, what can we do there except watch the hay grow?
It's a mile walk into town to see last year's movie.
Might just as well send us to the dead letter office.
John, dear, we've been going to Aunt Ida's every summer since the children were babies. They're grown up now, they may have plans of their own.
Why, of course they have. But I don't consider dancing and automobile rides and late hours a vacation. Now, that's what's the matter with children today. They don't get any rest. Why, their nerves are all shot to pieces. That's why...
But, Dad, my nerves are all right. Besides, all I wanted to do was to go up hiking with some fellows to Canada.
And I want to go to the seashore with the junior leaguers. And I want to get a job as page boy on an ocean liner. I could see the world and get paid for it.
I have my heart set on writing a novel. How can one find inspiration on a farm?
Mm-hmm. And I suppose, Bobby, you'd like to take a rocket ship and fly to the moon.
No, Daddy. I want to go with you.
Well, that's very nice, but Daddy's going to be pretty busy up there.
I think that's the best suggestion yet. Crystal Lake's lovely. We'd have a splendid time there, all of us.
Well, Louise, as much as I'd like to have my family with me, Why, do you realize what that would cost? Train fares, hotel bills for 8 people?
Bobby's only half fare.
Roger, please don't interrupt. Why, it's out of the question. We can't afford it.
Well, it shouldn't be so very expensive, and traveling would give the children a chance to see the country.
That sounds swell to me, Mom.
We could visit all the big resorts and interesting places on the way. You can count me in.
I'd like that too, Mother. Okie doke.
Well, now that you've all agreed, shall I charter a private Pullman car?
No, dear, we could drive there.
You mean 8 of us in one car?
Well, we could get one of those camping arrangements that attach on the back of the automobile. I saw one at the agency on B Street.
A trailer, I saw it. Gosh, it's keen.
Say, there's a picture of it in the paper.
Where?
Children, finish your breakfast.
There you are, Louise. One suggestion is all that's needed to start this family on some new harebrained scheme.
It is that. There. Look, it sleeps 5 people and has the cutest little kitchen. Galley. And it only costs $800.
800? You see, Louise, as I said, it's entirely out of the question. Honey, what do you think I am, a millionaire, honey?
Lucy, bring me some more cash. I can only do one thing at a time, my dear girl.
Hey, Raj, bring me another piece of rope, will you?
Can't you see I got my hands full?
Jack! Benny, has the coffee pot been packed yet?
No, I'm taking care of that.
What is it, Mom?
Will you shut the water off, dear, and disconnect the icebox?
Oh, I thought Dad was doing that.
I think you better do it. Father's packing the medicine kit.
Louise, where's the iodine? I brought home gallons of that stuff, and there isn't a drop to be found.
There are 2 bottles in the medicine kit.
Huh? Oh. Well, why 2 bottles? That's needless waste. Roger, get that stuff from the kit.
All right, Dad.
What's that noise?
I can't hear you.
I said, what's that noise?
Hey, John, don't break a person's eardrums.
All right, Roger, get that right out in the car. Well, I merely asked.
Oh, but I heard you. It was Jack shutting off the water.
Well, I must attend to that myself. Can't afford to have any leaks. That's the way the bills run out.
Why didn't you do it an hour ago when you said you would? Well, what's the matter now?
Why, my papers. I had them right here on the table when I was packing that medicine kit, and now they're gone. Louise!
She's busy upstairs, locking the windows.
I must find those papers, Mother. Why, they're the notes to my speech. I've spent weeks collecting that stuff. No use of my going to the convention without them.
Well, why didn't you take care of them?
The children must have taken those papers off this table.
There. That'll hold from here to Jericho.
Who took my papers off the dining room table? Lucy, Bonnie, you were both in there packing your suitcases.
I only picked up my manuscript. I haven't seen them.
Jack, where are the suitcases?
Well, they're all tied in the car, Dad.
All right, let's get them out of there. Come on, hurry up.
What are you looking for?
With the notes on my speech. I laid them carefully on the dining room table, and someone...
John, dear, you put them in your back pocket when you changed your clothes.
What? Well, if I hadn't put them carefully away, they might have been lost. Well, come on, boys. Let's get this stuff on there. We don't want to be late in starting. Come on. Is that our phone?
Well, it must be.
Why, Louise, if you remember, I asked you 2 days ago to have that phone shut off while we were away.
I did, dear. Perhaps the phone company hasn't gotten around to it
Oh,
yet.
hardly. Phone people are very efficient. Where's the key?
Here.
Give it to me. I'll do it. Must be some emergency. Maybe the store's been robbed or something. Hello? Yes, this is John Jones. Oh. Oh, thank you.
Who was it?
Telephone company saying they were shutting off the service.
Let's get started, dear.
Yes, Mama.
I thought we got this trailer to travel in. Are we going to spend the summer in our own front yard?
Oh, all right, Lucy. You and Bobby go inside with Mama. And Louise, don't let Bobby put his head outside when we're passing other cars. Come on, Jack. You and Roger ride in front with me. Here we go. Now, we get a nice early start. Is everything ready? Okay. Why, you'd hardly notice a difference, except there's a little more pull. Now, when you're driving, Jack, be careful in making a turn. Give yourself plenty of room. Put your hand well out and be sure there's no one behind.
There isn't.
What?
We've lost the trailer.
No.
Another detour. Even when they fix a road, they can't make up their minds to leave it that way.
Well, you better take it easy, Dad. This road doesn't look so good.
Oh, come on.
Take it easy on those bumps, Dad.
What's those ruts?
Never mind, boys. I'm driving this car.
Father's probably taking another shortcut.
He must be cutting across the Grand Canyon.
I wish it were smoother so I could fix these vegetables.
Vegetables. I can't even boil water for coffee.
I'll call John off his side more slowly. Lucy, watch those things.
Well, I'll answer it, Dad. Hello.
Please.
Hello. Hello.
That's Bobby playing the game. I'll talk to him. Now, Bobby, you stop playing with this phone. How do you expect Daddy to drive?
Watch the road, Dad. Look out for the cars.
There. Now the stove's broken. I can't even make a cup of coffee.
Dad, we can't make it up this road. We'll have to turn around and go back.
Oh, dear.
That's it. Back up a little further.
Now, to the right, Dad.
No.
Go ahead.
Back up.
Now, go ahead. Now, will you boys make up your minds?
Sure. Back
Go
up.
ahead.
This must be some new game John has invented.
He must be having some difficulty.
Oh, not John.
John, you idiot!
I want to see what Daddy's doing.
What's Granny hollering about?
I'll get out and take a look. Roger! Roger! Run! You're going up the car! Run, quick!
Well, this is the road we've been on here. It's about 15 miles to the highway.
You're looking at the wrong road. We're going south.
We are not.
Sure we are. The sun is setting over there.
All right, now, just a minute, boys. We can easily find out by using a watch for a compass. Now, you point the hour hand toward the sun, and halfway between the hour hand and the numeral 12 will always be south.
Well, that's right, Dad.
Yeah, it works.
Sure, and you need never lose your bearings while you have a watch with you. When I was a youngster, I studied all those tricks in woodcraft. I'll teach them to you boys.
I hope this is where we camp. It's time for Bobby's dinner.
Time for everyone's dinner. I could eat a cow.
Why speak of food when we can delve into nature and be filled?
Is this where we camp, John?
But it better be, or there'll be mutiny. We're all hungry and the stove's broken.
How'd that happen?
Oh, never mind, dear. We'll build a campfire. Cook dinner out here.
That's a swell idea, Mom. Come on, Raj.
Just a minute, boys. Let me show you. Building campfires was one of my specialties.
Since when?
Let's get the food ready.
Now, Jack, you collect the wood and get some green twigs. That makes the fire burn hotter.
But, Dad, greenwood won't burn.
Now, Jack, you leave it to me. Come on, son. Now, let's see. All right, Roger. Now, you dig a hole right in here.
But the wind's coming from this side. It'll blow the smoke right into the trailer.
Oh, you're mistaken, Roger. Didn't I just show you how to find the south? Now, this is the way to find out which way the wind is blowing. You wet your finger like that. Put it right up there. Now, the side that gets cool, that's where the wind is coming from. See? Uh-huh. Now, dig the hole right there, son.
All right.
Bonnie, don't spoil your appetite for dinner.
Oh, no fair, Mother. I'll take a walk, and that'll work up a new one.
I'm going too.
No, you aren't, Lucy. It's your turn to help with dinner.
How can I find inspiration among pots and pans?
Cinderella didn't do so badly. You can set the table outside.
Here's your wood, Dad. But I wouldn't use these green twigs if I were you.
Never mind, you'll see. There you are, Roger. Put the paper in first. Now, Jack, put the wood in on it. Now, place the kindling all around the side.
There.
That's right, Lucy. Place this table right by the fire. There, that's right. Now, I'll light it. There you are, boys. Now, that's the way to build a campfire.
But, Dad, that green wood's making it smoke.
Well, you wait till the draft catches it. You'd better fan it a little bit, Roger. Now, Roger, fan it. It's coming over here.
That's the wind, Dad.
I knew it.
John! John! You're smoking us out.
You're smothering it. Fan it the other way, Roger.
Please, put it out.
Dad, Roger, do something.
Now, Mother, if you'll please allow me...
John, dear, you help me set the table.
Go away!
Exactly. 3 is a crowd.
Oh, stop him!
I don't suppose you can persuade him to leave, so I'll just have to take him and throw him myself. He really should have said thanks for the candy you gave him. I guess it's pretty safe now. I'll help you down.
Does he belong to you?
No, I never saw him before.
But you were so brave. Oh, you seem to know what to do. No!
I'll let you in on a little secret. That was only a federal bear in relief. You see, the government lets them wander around these parks so the tourists can photograph something besides the scenery.
I really was scared, and I'm awfully glad you came along.
So am I.
Oh, did you have an accident?
I went looking for one. I'm a fugitive from the Overland Limited. I was lounging on the observation platform as the train came up the grade. Well, the engineer decided to stop and admire the view or something, and I thought it was a pretty good idea, too. So I jumped down the track to take things in, and was I embarrassed.
Why?
The train went off and left me.
Oh, that's too bad.
No, it was delightful. Result, here are you and I. Who else?
My family. We're traveling to Crystal Lake. We've stopped to camp for the night over there.
Saved! A caravan on the desert. An oasis. A jug of wine and thou.
Well, I'm afraid we can't supply the jug of wine, but we can give you supper and take you to the next town where you can catch another train. Call Bonnie. Where's Lucy?
She's reciting some goofy poetry to the trees.
Dusty, lonely pine trees, with your heads above the clouds, let me listen to your whistles.
Lucy!
Ye gods of the forest.
Supper's ready.
Everyone sit down. I'll put some water on to heat for the dishes.
Oh, I'll do it, Mom.
Come on, Ophelia. You sit here.
Please spare me your feeble repartee.
How do you spell it?
Never mind, dear. You come and sit by Daddy.
This wreath of honor shall grace thy noble brow.
Hello?
Now, Bonnie, you shouldn't go tramping in the woods alone. You can't tell what you might get into.
Dad.
Huh?
Oh, please don't get up. I'm just a stranger invited to the feast.
This gentleman saved me from a bear.
A bear?
Oh, think nothing of it. He really wasn't a very bad bear. Just a visiting vagabond like myself, so I can't accept any laurels. But if I might suggest, that crown you're wearing is rather dangerous. Poison ivy.
What? Manny!
No, Jack!
Roger!
Lucy!
Where's the medicine kit? Lucy, why do you pick up everything you see? Someone get the antiseptic.
There's no need to get excited. Just use soap and water. Lots of soap. It kills infection in 9 cases out of 10.
Here's the water. Granny, get the soap. Bonnie, you get towel.
You're quite right. Soap is a natural antiseptic. That was very thoughtful of you, Mr.
Williams. Tom Williams. T. Worthington Williams.
Well, I'm very glad to meet you.
Thank you.
Where's the Joneses?
I'm glad to know you. Uh-oh. Now I've got it. Now I'll have to join the family walk.
Traveling.
The way of the transgressor, my boy, to California on business.
Go west, young man.
So Horace Greeley said. And I think the old gentleman used geography. I've already discovered the Joneses.
You sure were left in a tough spot, all right, the middle of nowhere.
Yeah, it reminded me when I was shipwrecked on the Mekong River in French Indochina. Crocodiles decided I had invited them to lunch.
Crocodile, gee. Did you catch any of them?
Excuse me, Mr. Williams.
Certainly. Mrs. Jones, I'm going to wash those dishes.
Why, we wouldn't think of it.
Listen, young lady, I'm an old family dishwasher.
Here you are, Mr. Williams. Slip into these camp things. They're more comfortable than that business suit. And Granny will mend your trousers.
Thanks a million.
Rest right here in the trailer. They'll probably be a little large for you in the waistline.
That's all right. I can take in a reef with some safety pins.
Roger, show Mr. Williams where the safety pins are.
Sure. I'll be back in a minute. Leave some of that work for me.
Well, it's a relief to find someone who offers to help with the work.
He's awfully nice.
And he's evidently very well connected. I can tell from the influential people he's mentioned.
Gee, you got swell muscles. Where'd you get the ship?
That, my boy, is a bit of native art I picked up in the South Seas.
You know, that's what I want to do. Travel and see the world.
Oh, there's nothing like it while you keep traveling.
The matches are over there by the stove.
Thanks. Hey, this pipe is disconnected.
It's broken. That happened this afternoon coming over the detour.
Say no more about it. This is right in my line.
Does anyone want a cup of this liquid smoke?
The stove is working. Mr. Williams fixed it.
Thank heaven. Now I can make a cup of real coffee.
Well, let's get everything shipshape. Put some more wood on the fire, Jack. It's nearly out. Tell me more about that sail fishing in Florida, Mr. Williams.
What's the real sport of taking them with light tackle? Believe me, when you get one of those fellows on the line, you know you have something. Even after you've hooked one, it may take several hours to land.
Darn them city idiots.
Those Gulfstream fish come pretty big, and you gotta play them carefully or you'll break your rod.
Hey, who's the head of this outfit? Why, I am. Don't you know any better than to start a fire in a restricted area? Can't you see them warning signs? Why, I didn't see any signs. Say, ignorance is no excuse. That fire will cost you a $100 fine. $100? Out of the way till I put it out.
Just a minute, Sheriff. It's gratifying to know we have alert, efficient men in charge of our forest reserve. Why, just the other day I was speaking to the senator of the state about it, and he mentioned it too.
What?
How proud he was of the splendid corps of men who had charge of this section.
Well,
Their devotion to duty, and their kind consideration of tourists. And you know, when a senator says a thing, he means it.
you bet he does.
He's a fine man.
I should say so. One of the best.
He'd be glad to know you said that. What did you say your name was?
Putney. Deputy Sheriff Putney.
I'll see that the senator hears of it, Chief.
Say, when are you going to see him?
I expected to have breakfast with him in the morning. My train went off without me. Say, is there another one going west tonight?
The express goes through Graveyard Junction at 9:45, but you'll have to flag her down to stop her.
That's great, old boy. That's just what we'll do. And you can take me to the junction.
Well, are you leaving?
I have to, Jones. Press of business. But I'll stop in on my way back and see you at Crystal Lake.
Good.
That'll be great.
Fine.
Speaking of fines, we'll just forget that matter of the campfire, eh, Chief?
Well, be sure to wash it and put it out.
Your clothes all mended.
Thanks. Just a minute, Sheriff, while I change my clothes.
You ain't got time. If you want to catch that train, you'll have to step mighty spry.
I'll leave your clothes at the junction. Au revoir, folks, but not farewell. I'm looking forward to happy days at the lake, Miss Jones. Let's go, Chief.
See you tonight.
Bye. Well, thank heaven that's over. If I have to walk one more step, you'll need a hearse to take me home in.
Isn't nature grand?
In small doses.
Roger, you better take another picture of us right here at the edge of the canyon.
Dad, we all look like wrecks. When we freshen up a bit.
I told you, Dad, we should have taken horses for that long hike. Why, Jack, walking is one of the best exercises. Ow! Oh, Bobby, why can't you be more careful? You stepped right on Daddy's corn.
How far is it down there?
How far? Well, you ought to know. You were just down there.
Well, where does all the water go?
Go? Why, it goes down to the sea.
Why?
Why? Oh, Roger, you tell him.
The Yellowstone is the longest tributary of the Missouri River. The falls are 370 feet from the crest to the pool below. Over 100,000 gallons of water flow over them every minute. That's enough water to wash your ears for the rest of your life. And if you want to know any more than that, ask the man to turn it on.
Why did he turn it on?
Well, he's... Oh, come on.
Louise, where's the medicine kit?
Under the locker, dear. What do you want?
Oh, the foot liniment.
Me too. My feet feel as though I'd been walking on hot coals.
Well, this gypsy caravan wasn't my idea, Mother. You and Louise arranged it. If you remember, I recommended you go up on the farm for a rest.
Is there law against resting on this trip? All we do is live by the timetable. Up at the crack of dawn, drive 200 miles, rush to eat, hurry to see something, so that we can go on to some other place.
Yeah. Well, I'll be perfectly happy to get up to Crystal Lake and the convention, where I can have a few days of rest and quiet. Uh-huh. Rest and quiet. Oh, Jack! Roger!
Remember, Louise, it was you who suggested this bungalow on wheels for a vacation. What an idea, bringing your housework with you.
Now, we wouldn't be happy if we didn't have something to do. Besides, John and the children are having a wonderful time.
Mommy, when's 4th of July?
Tomorrow, dear.
Can I have firecrackers?
We'd have to ask Daddy about that.
Anything you want at the resort? I'm going down to the bus come in.
I'll give my love to the bus. You walk by the store with her. Tell the man to send us some more ice.
Right on, Mom. Raj, can I borrow your camera?
Maybe you can rent it.
All right, how much?
25 cents for the camera, and you buy the film. Then I get 20 cents a roll for developing and 5 cents for each print. I'll do the work right here in my shop.
All right. Where's the camera?
Money in advance.
They don't need eyes around here with you in the family.
If that goofy gal's face breaks the camera, you'll pay for it.
What have you and Tom planned for the day?
We're going to ride over the top of the divide.
Aren't you spending an awful lot of time with him, dear?
Seem like it.
You've been together constantly the last 3 days. We've scarcely seen you.
Oh, I didn't mean to run out on the family, but Tom's so nice. He's the most considerate person I ever met.
Yes, he's very attentive now. Summer friendships shouldn't be taken too seriously.
Oh, don't worry, Mother. We're just good pals. When we go back home, I'll probably never hear from him again.
Yo-ho! Good morning. Bonjour. Buenos dias. And how are all the Jones family?
Hello, Tom. I'll be with you in a minute.
Okay.
Good morning, Tom.
Good morning.
I greet thee, Sir Lancelot.
Oh, Elaine. Elaine the fair. Elaine the lovable. Elaine the lily maid of Astolat. Salutation.
Isn't that a beautiful line?
Beautiful. And very useful at times, Miss Lucy.
Mr. Williams, I wonder if you'll do me a very big favor.
Yea, verily, fair damsel. Thy wishes are my command.
You are a man of the world, and I am writing a novel.
Really?
Yes. Would you help me with my male psychology? Especially in the love scene.
Lucy, I'd like to meet you when you're about 10 years older.
Oh, all right, Tom, I'm ready.
Okay, up and
All
away.
right.
Up.
Goodbye.
So long.
Goodbye.
Have a good time. They certainly do make a fine-looking pair.
Isn't he romantic? And he knows so well how to play on a woman's emotions.
Won't you please hang up those socks for Mother, dear?
Socks. How can I write of romance? Oh,
Where are they going?
Off for a day's picnic.
Well, it seems to me that Bonnie is going out alone with that young fellow altogether too much. Now, girls are very susceptible these days. Every man they meet, they take a romantic interest in.
I don't think we need to worry about Bonnie. But I have wondered about Tom.
Ah.
He's just a holiday acquaintance. We know so little about him.
Well, he seems like a straightforward young fellow, but I'd better have a little talk with him next time I see him. Where's Jack?
He's gone up to the resort.
Well, what did he go up there for?
Her name is Mabel.
That boy's continually running after some girl, and I particularly wanted him here this morning. You see, the convention opens tonight, and I thought that... Say, Roger, I want you to take a little walk with me.
Oh, gee, Dad, I got my developer all fixed, and it'll spoil.
Well, never mind. I'll buy you some more. Come along, son.
Oh, why do I always have to be the goat?
hiya, Jackie.
Ouch, go easy, Mabel.
Oh, you're sunburned. That's why you can't go swimming.
No, I thought it'd be fun to take an outboard and go out in the lake.
Smoking like a true sailor. Let's go.
Hey, I want this one. It's the fastest.
Was it all ready to go, Mrs. Sweeney?
You bet she's sound as a dollar. Only 75 cents an hour rental, but $2 deposit.
Well, we'll only want it for about an hour.
Well, that'll be all right.
Shove off, matey.
You'll find she's in mighty fine shape. She runs like a hummingbird. There's your rope, sailor. Better stay away from them rocks up the falls.
Unaccustomed as I am to public speaking, it gives me great pleasure to extend the welcome hand of greeting. I just added that, Roger. That was extemporaneous.
What was?
The welcome hand of greeting. Fitted in there rather neatly, don't you think?
Yeah, it was all right.
Now, let's see. Where were we?
You were just shaking hands with yourself.
Oh, yeah. The welcome hand of greeting.
There's a line overboard. It might get caught in the propeller. I'll have to
Oh, Tom, isn't this beautiful? A penny for your thoughts.
Sold to the highest bidder. But they were worth $1 million.
What were they?
You?
Oh, you're never serious about anything, are you?
Everything. This is a serious old world, Bonnie. But I pretend I don't believe it.
I suppose it's easy for a man to pretend.
It's all in the way you look at it. And I've spent most of my life looking. From Paris to Baghdad. From crusts of bread in the Latin Quarter to jewels in the Rue de la Paix. But even that grows tiresome when you're always traveling alone.
And I suppose you'll soon be going away again.
I'm afraid so. Right now, I'd swap everything I ever had for the comfort and security of your family trailer.
Well, you might make Dad an offer.
You think I could persuade him to throw you in, too?
Well, I don't know. You'd have to ask him about that. But, I'm awfully fond of travel.
Yeah, that makes it unanimous.
So, let's travel on to the top of the divide.
Hello, Mr. Sweeney.
It's busted, Mr. Sweeney. But all you gotta do is to nail a board on right there.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, well, we hit a rock.
Well, Mr. Sweeney can see that, Jack. Come on, let him fix it. We'll go play tennis.
But I'll have to change my clothes.
All right, I'll wait for you up at the courts, but don't be too long now.
All right. How much will it cost? $4 for repair and 75 cents rental. But all I have is the $2 I gave you for deposit. And I guess I'll have to see your folks about collecting the rest of it. Well, wait a minute. There must be some way we can square this. I can help you fix the boat. No, I'll fix it myself. Well, there must be something I can do around here. The boathouse could stand a little paint. Son would bleach it out again in a week. Well, but I'll tell you, Sonny, I always kind of wanted a garden back of the shed up there. I ain't never got around to spading it up. Now, if you'd like to, there's tools in the shed up there, and you can... You mean spade that whole field? You can take it or leave it. It's all the same to me. Well, all right. It's a deal. I'll be back as soon as I change my clothes.
Roger, you spell tragic with a G or a J?
Well, how are you using it?
As she gazed into his eyes, her soul was torn by tragic emotion.
It doesn't matter how you spell it in that kind of mush.
Someday when I'm a famous authoress, you'll be sorry you said that.
Roger.
So you fell in the water.
Well, I'm all right.
I'm not worrying about you. How about my camera?
Here it is, and it didn't get wet either. Will you loan me $3?
No, speak English.
Oh, now, come on. Be a pal. I'll pay you back. Will you stop driving that thing and listen to me?
Can't. Promise to deliver this arrowhead to a customer.
Raj, you know that field back of the boathouse? It's supposed to be an old Indian camping ground. I'll bet it's full of buried relics.
Who said so?
Sweeney's gonna let me dig up the place, and everything I find will be mine. Of course, I'll need a little capital to get started. I'll have to hire somebody to help me dig.
So what?
Well, I thought you'd see the possibilities in it. After all, if you get $1 for an arrowhead, just think what you'd get for a whole arrow. Of course, you're not interested.
Hey, wait a minute. What would I get out of it?
I'll tell you what. You help with the digging. That'll save me the cost of labor. And we'll split everything 50-50.
So?
Okay. You can get started right away. There's some tools in the boathouse. I'll change my clothes.
Okay.
Oh, and Raj, don't tell anybody what you're doing.
Don't worry. I won't.
Mom, would you?
Jack, look at those trousers. And they were the only clean ones you had.
Yeah, I know. I had an accident. And I have to have them for the dance tonight.
All right, I'll see what I can do.
Thanks, Mom. Hey, Mom.
I used all my spending money on the boat. Would you lend me $1?
Now, you know you have an agreement with your father about borrowing on your allowance.
Oh, I know, but a fella can't take a girl to a dance when he's broke.
I suppose you've asked Roger.
Oh, well, he's gone down to the boathouse on business.
That's funny. He was going to wash the trailer this afternoon.
He got $1 for washing it last week. Let me do it this time. I need the money, Moms.
Oh, all right. That seems fair.
Thanks, Mom.
Oh, that's all right, son. You don't need to worry about them stones.
All there are here is stones.
What'd you expect to find? Gold nuggets? Where's that other young fella?
I don't know. He's about as dependable as that dope he had on Indian relics being buried in his field.
Here? Why, there never was an Indian camp within 10 miles of here. They had some sort of superstition that this lake was haunted.
Say, did Jack, you know the fellow who's going to dig this place up?
Yeah?
Did he know that?
I wouldn't know. He was to dig it up to square a $2.75 debt for staving in his boat this afternoon.
Oh, he was.
Yeah, I sort of figured you was helping him out. Well, that's about as fine a job of digging as I ever seen. You tell him we're even.
Thanks. And I'm going to tell him a lot more than that.
Bonnie, you know we can't all dress in the trailer at once. If I don't get in there, I'll be late for the convention banquet.
I'm just finishing up my hair, Dad. I could do it a lot faster if Jack wasn't fussing around.
What do you mean? I just came in here to get a necktie.
Well, that's what I'm waiting for.
Which tie do you want, dear?
The blue with white polka dots.
Well, folks, I'll be running alone.
Just a minute, young man. That's my tie.
This one?
Why, you know very well it is. The blue and white polka dots. You take that off this minute.
Dad, I've got a date and I'm late now.
I'll get you another one, John.
Thanks, Mom.
Here's one with stripes, Dad. Hey, Jack, wait a minute and I'll walk down with you.
Oh, I gotta hurry. All that boy thinks about is himself. He takes my ties, my socks, my handkerchiefs, and he's been using my razor blades, too. Thanks, Mama.
Oh, you look splendid, Daddy.
Do I?
Here's a flower for your buttonhole.
Oh, thanks, Bonnie. Now, uh-oh. Where are my notes? I had them here a minute ago.
They're in the trailer.
Well, get them for me. Where's my hat?
Here, dear.
That's a good boy.
Daddy, bring me some firecrackers.
No, Bobby, I'm afraid you'll burn your fingers. I'll bring you something else.
Oh, here you go.
I know we're all going to be proud of you tonight, dear.
Yes, of course, but don't wait up for me, Louise. In all probability, I'll be late. Get the children to bed early. And you too, Roger. You've been playing very hard today.
Yeah.
Come on, Bonnie, you walk up with me. Bye, Mama.
Don't let Tom keep you out too late, dear. I won't, Mother.
Where's Jack?
He's taking Mabel to the dance.
Oh, he is. Say, who washed the trailer?
Jack?
Did you pay him for it?
Yes, you can do it next week. Now wash your face and hands and have your dinner. Everyone else is eating.
I only wanted a bite. I got some more work to do.
Now, Roger.
I'll be back soon, Mom. Honest.
He'll come back when he's hungry, Louise. Never saw a boy that didn't.
Well, I'm just in time. Doesn't it look fine, Bonnie?
It's lovely, Daddy. Now, you go ahead. I'll run up to the dance alone. And I hope your speech is a knockout.
Thanks. Have a good time, dear.
Okay.
Hello there! How's everybody? Who?
Oh, Tom, you scared me.
I almost frightened myself.
Why were you hiding there in the shadow?
I just sent the folks to bed, put the cat out, so we could have the moon all to ourselves.
Crazy. Come on, let's dance.
I have a better idea. Let's stay out here and watch till they put out the stars.
I'm afraid I couldn't stay out that late. You'll have to send for my coach to take me home at midnight.
Bonnie, let's never go home. Let's run away and hide in some quiet corner of the earth.
Flash from Washington. The net is tightening around Silky Walker, the fugitive who escaped while being taken west to testify concerning the embezzlement of
Let's go on down by the lake where the world's asleep and nobody's listening.
Why? Are you going to say something very, very serious?
Something for just you and me. Bonnie, will you miss me tomorrow?
Are you leaving?
I have to. Will you come with me?
Well, I don't know. I feel like saying this is so sudden, but that sounds foolish.
Of course it does. But you must know how I feel.
Come, let's go back and dance.
Is shining while I am pining to be alone with you alone, 'cause I'm so blue, dear, and you're so true. But heaven's near when I'm with you.
That's just a lot of whoozes.
Well, I thought you wanted some music.
Yeah, dance music. Something with a lot of pep. Not that lovey-dovey stuff.
Say, doesn't this mean anything to you? This lake and the stars and everything. What's the matter with you, Mabel? Are you stuffed?
Take your arm off of me. I'll sock you with that paddle.
Come on.
What was that?
Well, gosh, Mabel, I didn't hear anything.
It was like a flashlight.
Well, probably some kid shooting off the fireworks for tomorrow.
Well, let's get out of here.
Oh, Mabel, come on.
No!
Oh.
No, but take it somewhere else like a good boy.
Oh, let the boy have his celebration, John. You had yours last night.
Mother, it was a very sedate gathering. Of course, there was a certain amount of celebration due to the success of my speech. The boys were very appreciative.
They must have been.
Oh, yes, they... I'll tell you about it later on.
Hiya, Rod.
Hi, Jack.
What's that you got?
Oh, a little something I knocked off last night by flashlight.
Flashlight? Let me see that.
Get an eyeful. Doesn't this mean anything to you? The lake's gonna starve.
You snooping little snake in the grass. You'll never show this to anybody.
Go ahead. I still have the negative. And I guess the fellas back home will buy all the prints I can make.
Oh, now, Raj. Oh, listen. We've always been pals. Gee, we're brothers. You wouldn't double-cross me like that.
No, and I suppose you wouldn't double-cross me either, Indian relics.
Well, can't you take a joke? Oh, let's talk this thing over, Raj.
Sure, and you'd better listen. That negative will cost you just $4.25.
$4
$2.75 for digging up the field. $1 you chiseled on me for cleaning the trailer. And 50 cents for film and expense.
Oh, but Roger, I'm broke.
You can sign a note for it at 6%. I have it all made out.
Don't you know what the milk of human kindness means?
No, and besides, I don't like milk.
John, it's almost time for the breakfast.
Oh, don't bother, Louise. I really don't care for a thing.
It's the convention breakfast for wives and families at the hotel.
Oh, yes, of course. And we mustn't be late. Where are the children? Jack? Bonnie? Roger? Lucy? Leave those things here, son.
I'll take them, dear.
Come on, boys, let's get started. Take Daddy's hand.
Fire out. I'll join you later, Mother. You waiting for Tom? Daddy might come by. Is he leaving this morning? Yes. Well, join us as soon as you can, dear. All right.
Well, he isn't in his room.
I don't see him about the grounds either.
And you won't. His baggage is gone.
He didn't check out. Good morning, Mr. Matthews.
Oh.
Where is breakfast being served? On the sun porch, Mr. Jones. Thank you.
Jones. Is that your name?
Why, yes. Say, your face is familiar. Where are you from?
The Department of Justice.
The Department of...
What do you know about Silky Walker?
Silky who?
Walker, alias T. Williams, Tom Williams, T. Worthington Williams. Fugitive from the Illinois State Penitentiary.
Tom
Williams? Are you sure it's Mr. Williams?
Dark brown eyes, about 28. A smooth talker and had a ship tattooed on his right arm.
A ship, yeah, I saw it. It was tattooed in the South Sea.
That's right. We know, Jones, that he picked up with your family the night he escaped from the Limited, and he's been spending most of his time with you here. Now, what do you know about him?
Why, I don't know anything.
We've never known anything about him.
Well, no, he always seems so...
Never mind, I'm busy. But don't leave this place. I may need you. Come along, Matthews. I want to use your phone.
John, we must go back to the trader right away.
Well, the man said to stay here, Louise.
But don't you understand? That's why Bonnie didn't come with us. She's waiting for Tom.
Waiting for him? Why, she mustn't. She might be arrested with him. Jack, you and Roger run on ahead. Mother, you take care of Lucy and Bobby. Come on, Mother.
Come here.
Move.
Oh, I just about given you up.
Never give up, Bonnie. I just went down to the hotel to get a car, but they're all engaged for the holidays. So we'll just go down to the station in York.
But Tom...
I know. Saying goodbye to the family. I'll write them a letter.
But...
We haven't got time, Bonnie. The train pulls slow in 15 minutes. So we'll hit the highway, and we won't spare the horses.
Right, I got the description. Okay. Escaped convicts, stop all cars.
Bonnie! Bonnie!
The car's gone.
Maybe he's kidnapped her.
If he did...
Hey! Take a look at this!
Where is she?
Mom, look at this!
Why, she's eloped.
No, John, no. She wouldn't. Bonnie wouldn't do that to us.
Well, she's gone, and with that convict.
The car's gone, too.
Well, we must stop them before it's too late. How can we get a car?
Come on, Dad, I'll get one.
You wait here, Louise. Now, don't worry. Everything will be all right.
Tom, don't drive so fast. We've plenty of time to catch the train.
We'll make sure. We'll go on to the junction.
Sweetie, can we borrow your car?
Hey, we gotta get down the mountain right away in a hurry!
Well, I guess so, but...
There are short roads in the highway.
Well, there's the old road back to the hotel. Hey! Hey, you'll never make it. The brakes ain't no good. They won't hold you on the grade.
Dad, you better give her a little more brake.
Brake? There isn't any brake.
What? Oh, right around, Dad. Give the turn.
You got here comes one now!
Tom, stop. Those policemen are signaling.
Well, hang on. We're not stopping.
Attaboy, Dad. You're doing fine.
We're not there yet.
Tom, stop. Those policemen are chasing us.
That's why I can't stop. I had a date with the law, but I'm not keeping.
Stop, Rob. Jump out.
Don't be a fool, Bonnie. You'll break your neck.
Oh, you made it, Dad. There's the highway.
And there's our cars! Get around! We'll hit them all!
Look out. There's a car coming in from the side road.
Stop! Stop!
It's Dad and the boys.
Cut around.
Oh, please, don't. You might kill them.
Your old man's got nerve, Bonnie. Well, looks like the end of the line.
Now the car, Walker. Get your hands up. Frisk him. And the girl, too.
But, officer,
The young lady had nothing to do with it, officer. I borrowed her family's car without her knowing what it was all about.
We'll see about that.
Well, thank heavens we're on our way back home. And with no new son-in-law in the family.
Oh, Granny, how could any of you have thought of such a thing? Oh, it was finding that note, dear. And not knowing at the time it was part of Lucy's manuscript.
Oh, let's forget it. Isn't there anything sacred in this family?
Well, now that it's all over, boys, we'll let it be a lesson to us and have nothing more to do with strangers.
That's right there.
There's the hitchhiker now. Give us a gas.
Huh? Why, he's only a boy, and all alone. Okay, Sonny, hop in.
Thanks, mister. Hey, Ma, Pa, Mamie, Willie, Izzy, come on.
Okay. So, situation comedy 1936. Let's see. I'm not sure how to turn my camera back on here.
Ah.
Oh,
Right there, maybe.
Yeah, well.
Is your voice on?
Oh, here we go. Here we go. And I'm back. so family situation comedy all on 1936. And they've made 14 more Jones family movies after that one. So we were all desperate for entertainment in the 30s. So I hope you found something to like about that. You can see why it's in the public domain. Nobody could make a buck off of it any longer. So thank you for joining us. Cole, do you have any final words you'd like to say?
No, but when the museum opens, come on down and check it out. And don't miss next month's program. I'm sure it'll be fascinating. And thanks a lot, Rich. I really enjoyed your introduction in the movie.
Okay. All right. See you next month.
Bye.
Bye-bye.